So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hi, and welcome back to another edition of the LaTangela Show podcast. You know, it does my heart well to have those in the hot seat and on the tan line that's making the world we live in a better place. And today, on behalf of the Mama Wellness Foundation, we have none other than CEO, the visionary herself, my girl, Tameka Christmas. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Listen, thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I know that you all have been working around the clock to make these events happen, to get the word out. And I've got questions that need answers. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Now, Mama Wellness Foundation, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So the Mama Wellness Foundation is a nonprofit organization. We focus on providing mental health services and postpartum care to Black mothers, focusing on that postpartum aspect where they need the most support.
And you know, that's something that people may not talk about because of the stigma that lies within that, right? Our bodies, they go through changes. Our hormones go through changes. Childbirth, for many, will send you through changes alone. A lot of uncertainties there. But when the Mama Wellness Foundation, you come in and you tell us a little bit about some of these wraparound services. What does that look like?
Yeah, so upcoming, we actually have our therapy program that's going to be released where mamas will get a chance to have an opportunity to meet with therapists one-on-one if they are struggling mentally or emotionally or just want that support in their postpartum phase. Postpartum care look like doula support. So they will be having an opportunity to get funding to supply a doula for their birth or even in postpartum. So to help out around the house with household chores as well as if the mom may need to take a shower so the doula can support her with the baby.
And you know, I've got a lot of questions around this because when we start talking about healthcare and women's wellness, it's so complex, right? Women, we just go through a lot and people expect us to be able to cope because we can take care of the world. And when it's time for us to take care of ourselves, we may start to feel drained. We forget to take off that superwoman cape to say that I'm not well in this moment. I need help, and to be able to find those that we can trust in that space, because it's a very vulnerable state to say that I can't do this by myself. Right? How do they contact you to even say, I want to learn more about what you all are doing?
So right now we're doing a lot of awareness with community events and on social media. So they can utilize the website to contact us and fill out application for any type of funding that they need to supply for the doula or sign up with our therapists that are going to be online. So we'll have a directory where they can kind of book their own services. As well as any time they see us, like if they need support, then just stopping us and talking to us and letting us know what they need.
That's big. Now, how did this even come about? What was the thought process in saying the Mama Wellness Foundation, this is our niche, this is where we're needed?
Yeah, so I actually have a personal experience. I was diagnosed with postpartum depression shortly after my baby. I lived in New Orleans away from family. So a lot of times I didn't really have a big support.
Yeah.
And so during that phase, I just really struggled mentally and emotionally. And so after coming through that with my therapist, I went to therapy as well. And I got a doula actually. Between those two people and coming back home to get a lot of family support, it really helped me heal and have a great relationship with my son. And not really just kind of be with my family and friends as well. And so through that experience, I knew that it was needed. And then when COVID hit, there was a lot of moms online talking about the struggle of being at home with the kids all the time. Yeah. And that's something that we see often, actually, even before COVID. A lot of times moms don't get space for themselves. They don't get that time for themselves. So they suffer through postpartum depression. And of course, like you said, a lot of people expect us to be strong.
Yeah.
Strong Black moms. And so we sometimes struggle with asking for help. So my organization came about with that because I want moms to know they need to ask for help. That's where the strength lies, asking for help and getting people in your support system that can help you.
Absolutely. And being able to trust that circle and to know that the transparency that you're willing to give them is healing in itself, not just for you, but for that person who was intimidated to say that I don't want to say it because I don't want to sound crazy. I don't want to say it because I don't want to sound weak. I don't want to say it because I don't want to sound like a fish out of water. When you're saying it in a safe space with someone who says, I have been there. I went through it. I can tell you my experiences. And from there, there's a trust. Because, even when you mention therapy, some of my friends that do not look like me, they will tell you that therapy is healthy. Yeah. And it's on the calendar. And it's just a thing to do because it's the whole totality of wholeness. But when you go to our communities, therapy is almost like a dirty word. Therapy is almost like, I don't want nobody in my business. I don't want people to call me crazy. And that's not that. That's one of the stigmas that the more we have these conversations, the more we show up for ourselves in those safe spaces and start doing the work on self to be okay. That's when it becomes the norm. That's when we begin to heal individually and then heal as a community.
Yeah, no, I agree. Sometimes we look at therapy as another task or another thing that we have to do instead of just incorporating it into our everyday life.
Yeah.
And I haven't actually stopped therapy. So even though like postpartum depression is settled now, my therapist is just somebody that I can trust, or somebody I can depend on. And so I'm always going every week. It's just a part of my lifestyle now.
Yeah, that's good. You know what? We're going to call that a part of our soft life era. I've been practicing my soft life era. Therapy, tea, a walk in the park. It depends. Like, what is it? And I'm big on, did you get your steps in today, right? Whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, did you get your steps in today? And with the Mama Wellness Foundation, as the CEO, it's important that you connect all of the right resources because you want it to reflect who you are, your vision, and you don't want them to burn those bridges on your behalf. So when you're reaching out to the community saying, I would like for you to be a stakeholder, how do you identify those that you do that brandship with?
Yeah, so I like to partner with corporations or brands that really believe in women. And not just women on a surface level, but they believe in women, in womanhood, in the totals. And so it's wellness and therapy is just something, I wouldn't say new, but it's now becoming a lot more vocal.
Yeah.
And so really diving into those corporations that are donating money to those particular incentives, or having conversations about it, or having community events about it.
Yeah.
Having virtual events about it, because it doesn't necessarily always have to be in person, but those brand partners that are talking about it is who I, connect with, who I'm looking forward to making additional partnerships with.
Absolutely. And, I'm glad to say that I'm working with a team that believes in giving back and letting voices be heard and applauding those who are putting in the work, because we can't do everything by ourselves, right? And over at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys with the 10 Cares Gordon Gives initiative, we make it a point to extend our platforms to those who are doing the work, to let your voice be heard and to say that we're going to find ways to get the word out and to encourage others to do the same. But, this is how we nurture our tribe. There are a lot of women that need the services. There are a lot of companies that have wraparound services that they may just need someone such as yourself to say, listen, I see that you're doing the work. How can now we get together? And you got a whole calendar, because on the 18th of November, we have a field trip and we're going over here to the Training Academy Healthcare Rosebud. And that's right there on Lavey Ln.
Mm-hmm.
What should we expect when we get there?
Yeah, so on Saturday, November 18th, we're actually hosting a community baby shower.
Nice.
And so the community baby shower is for pregnant moms.
Hold on a second. Now, when you say baby shower, the first thing came to my mind, who making these Swedish meatballs? We're going to have some of them deviled eggs. Like.
So actually, we're going to actually host it like a Thanksgiving, like a Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And so moms will get a chance to fellowship, not only get supplies or essentials that they need, but they'll be able to talk to other moms and build that trust and build that community with people that's right here that wants to support them. But they'll get essentials as well, diapers, wipes, onesies for the baby.
Yeah.
And then also, because the organization focuses on mom care, we're going to also have postpartum kits for moms. So they're going to get like postpartum panties, the pads, all that stuff that they give you at the hospital. We're going to make sure that moms have that essentials at home as well.
That's
so good. We're going to have a good time. It's going to probably be like Thanksgiving dinner.
I like it.
Versus the meatballs.
A win is a win. And, I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. We're doing the interview today. We're going to drop the podcast. We're going to get the information out. But also leading up until November 18th, we'll have a schedule going for you so that way we can at least inform people to be there and to let them know that, hey, look, if you want to come on out, this is what we're doing. Do we still have enough time to get donations of onesies and baby supplies and mommy supplies if they wanted to reach out at info@themamawellnessfoundation.org? Is it too late? You shutting the doors on us or?
No, it's not too late. So we still have room for sponsors, donations as well. Of course, partnerships. So if there's organizations that want to partner as well. If there's organizations that have moms that they can send us, we're looking for that as well too. So the door is not closed. We're still taking sponsorships and donations.
Absolutely. And, I applaud you for the work that you're doing. We can't say thank you enough. The Mama Wellness Foundation, making it happen and getting it done. We have the CEO, my girl, Tameka Christmas, just in time for the holidays, because, Christmas is right around the corner. They just started putting out y'all decorations in Walgreens, too. I was like, it is too early in the year for this, Tameka. Tell your
they
cousins.
already skipped over Thanksgiving.
Already. But don't let them skip over the Mama Wellness Foundation Day, which is November 18th. Now, what time should we show up?
The event starts at 6 p.m. It will be dinner style, so moms will be able to eat dinner and get essentials.
Perfect. And for more information, we're asking that you contact info@themama, M-A-M-A, wellnessfoundation.org. Again, that's info@themamawellnessfoundation.org. Or you can hit her up on Insta at Mama Wellness Foundation. Now, before you get out of here, you have any other words? Because I know you got more work to do. You out here getting it.
No, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share this with the community.
Anytime. And I mean it, because the work, we need to get it done, and we're going to do just that. We appreciate all of those mothers. Don't get into a space where you feel that you're alone. It's important that we have people such as yourself doing this, because life is out here lifing. We say that all the time, but until you get it, you don't get it, right? And I don't want people to feel as if their head is on a swivel. And even those who are doing the work, the labor is out there. But man, can we ever get enough hands to really help us fill those voids? So we're going to find our tribe. We're going to keep doing the work. And God grants a humble heart and somebody that's on the ground putting in the work. And all is well. And I'm looking forward to it. November 18th. info@themamawellnessfoundation.org. Now, we got more work to do, so I'm going to let you chase the sun and let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Thank you.